video is going to be about transits. It's my favorite thing. Like, out of all the things, this is the thing. Okay, so super excited about this. So what the fuck is a transit? Okay, a transit is going to be when two celestial bodies, so a star, a planet, an asteroid, your mama, whoever, no, I'm playing. Whatever happens to be in the sky at the moment, interacting with one of your personal planets, stars, asteroids, so on and so forth, right? So this is what horoscopes are based off of. When that Miss Cleo looking ass bitch come on the screen and she's like, so for the month of October, you have this to look forward to. She's not 100% wrong, because she is referring to your sun sign. And that is what we in Western astrology refer to as our ego or our identity, whatever the fuck, right? But if you know and love astrology, you know it's bullshit, because everything has all different kinds of like indicators to be like molding what happens in your day. You know what I mean? No one motherfucker is gonna call you and be like, hey,
how you doing?
Just to let you know, read my horoscope today. I know you're a Capricorn. You might die today. Be careful. Like, that's just not how shit works. Like, everyone has different influences in their lives and different people in their lives and things going on, you know, the butterfly effect, all that shit. No bitch in a fucking magazine is going to be able to just tell, you know, however many billion people are on this motherfucker, what's going to happen to them for the next 30 days. Because they just don't fucking know. Okay. So, especially if they've never met you and said, hey, what time are you born? You know, like, because that's the real spiel. Once you get that, then it's like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. And even then, I'm going to reiterate this in every video. You are not your birth chart. Your decisions matter. Who raised you matter. Where you are matters. The choices you make matter. Hold yourself accountable. And also don't blame astrology for anything bad that happens to you. And then don't rest on astrology whenever, you know, things are going good. Just be fucking smart. Okay.
Right.
Like,
and from a spiritual standpoint, that's like you got all these different energies within you. You got to learn how to use them. You can't blame, oh, well, I'm a Scorpio, or I'm a Cancer, or I'm this, I'm that. You can't blame that. You misusing your own energy. Exactly. That's what it is. Suck it up. Suck it up.
Exactly.
The fuck.
Grow the fuck up. No time for that shit.
Just be grown. The fuck. Accountability, motherfucker.
Just saying. I wish there was a day of the week that started with an A. You know? Because I've been like, accountability Wednesday, but that's a W, so. What? Anyway. So the reason why I want to talk about transits is because it's like the bread and butter of astrology, and it never really gets discussed. It's everything is all how to read a birth chart, or which sign is most likely to do some fuck shit. Like, you know, like always some dumbass shit, and I get it because that's fun. That's the fun part of astrology. But if you are using astrology for the tool that is meant to be used for, which is self-discovery, and then also the discovery of other things, because I don't want to limit any of you guys in our audience to anything. If you want to do geographic astrology, if you want to do synastry charts because you're a matchmaker, whatever you want to do, you want to do progression charts, you want to help people as a life coach, whatever you want to do, definitely still do it. But I just want everyone to kind of understand a little bit deeper. I want to make the deeper knowledge more common. Because the sun sign bullshit, the rising moon bullshit, all that shit that's cute. It's really common. It's cute. It's cute. Necessary. I get it. But if you know the other shit, it really does change the game.
It brings it together, you know?
It does. And I just kind of want it to be more like you wake up and you brush your teeth every day, right? And like you scroll on this bitch ass app and like all the shit. You're on your phone all day long. Like you can take a second. One of those tabs can be your birth chart. Look at it.
Or check out what your transits are.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm rambling. Let's get there.
No, you good. You going with the flow. We got this shit. Go ahead, girl.
I'm dead. But no, basically, yes. I want people to get accustomed to checking their transits. Way, way back in the day, people used to have this shit called the spiritual advisor. Okay. those are great. We need those again. Okay, we need to have someone who is the direct hotline to the uni. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, that's
like,
what I be doing though.
Right? No, I'm trying to make.
Oh my God!
Open the doors for you. Like,
oh, it's open. Boom! Hey, how y'all doing?
About to fuck up the
setup. Already.
All right, hold on. Everyone just
be calm.
Saturn's been on my ass, so I'm trying to calm down and move slower.
Yeah, I realize on me too. So Saturn whipping our ass, y'all. We'll tell y'all about that a little later, though.
There's gonna be another video of the horrible transits we're experiencing right now. And we're trying to be obedient to Saturn and just get this fucking work done and not get in trouble. So,
because this is a lot going on.
Here the fuck we are, guys. All right. But anyway, so transits are gonna be the energies that you feel when you, because we all are in a routine. We're all waking up, even if it's a bullshit routine, even if you're rolling over in a dirty ass bed eating a slice of cold pizza, you still have a routine. You know what I mean? You get fucked up every night. You go to the bar every night. Like, there is a routine for a lot of fucking people, right? Be it good or bad. So transits are going to be that extra added energy that you feel. That's complete garbage. You're like,
right,
I did everything I was supposed to do. For those Virgos out there, you're going to feel this. Like, when you pulled out all of your fucking goddamn work clothes for the next day, your kids are together, you got dinner cooked, you got all the shit lined up, everything's where it's supposed to be, and it's this one motherfucking thing that's just is like
everything
on your shit, and you're like, I worked so hard for this to not happen. So like, what are you on? Transits explain that dumbass extra energy that happens. You went to work and left for work early, you got your coffee, and then a train. And
it's right there.
You know what I mean? It's like, I did everything I was supposed to do, And here you go. There you go. But I don't want to make it sound bad either, because sometimes you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're half-assing through life, and you still have a very easy day, or you get away with some good shit. Like, these transits explain the hidden, volatile, or not, or chill energies that are playing a part and a role in our lives that we don't necessarily see. This is going to help you see the main character, the director, the backstage, all that shit. You're going to be able to, astrology, once you know the transits, helps you see the shit that's working against you.
Oh yeah. So for the ones that do dib and dab in the spiritual side, this is when you see this tarot card reader or this oracle card reader, you see them and they like, oh, something's in the air. The energy isn't right. They're talking about the motherfucking planets. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that now, because I mean they're intuitive. So most of them probably have Neptune energy, Pisces energy, or some shit around there. Cancer probably. But they feel the shift of the planets or the transits that's happening. So pretty much what she's saying is alchemy, the energies, learning how to manipulate these energies in your favor and be aware of the motherfuckers.
Exactly. Learn how to play the game. Learn the
rules.
Right.
Don't let it play you. Don't let it play
you. The kryptonite in astrology is that there's a couple of combinations that you can have in the chart to where that motherfucker's just bad and out here just doing some shit. And a Libra and Scorpio together in a natal placement is ridiculously good, because it almost creates a bolder Virgo, because you know how a Virgo is like OCD on the small, minute, fine details of things, So it gives you the obsessive nature of a Scorpio. And the reason why I say Virgo is what's the Virgo? The perfectionist. If you like, one thing at a time. I'm sorry. I move really fast. So
it's the Gemini, y'all. She can't help it.
I can't help it. It's really not my fault. But no, when it comes down to the Libra part of it, Libra is all about balance. Okay. If you've ever had a close Libra friend,
I have.
Then you know that a Libra has a way of letting you know that they disagree or that you're wrong in this weird way, and you feel like, wow, like,
well, I don't know, because I be intimidating motherfuckers.
You know what? You're right. You have an Aquarius moon. You have a lot of Aquarius placements.
So I haven't seen that before.
You
I
haven't seen it. You don't get that because a Libra to you is going to be very in awe of you. You know what I mean?
I get, yes.
So I don't think you're right. But from my perspective,
right.
From a normal bitch that doesn't have Aquarius flowing through their chart the way that you do, I feel like whenever you're dealing with that Libra energy, because when you think Libra, I want the audience, I want you to think Will Smith. I want you to think Lil Wayne. I want you to think
Eminem.
Yes, you know what I mean? Like there are these placements to where you have this agreeable energy. There's not a lot of people who can fuck with you because your whole existence is balancing everything. Your whole being is trying to make sure that you don't go too over in one direction. You know what I mean?
Trying to wait.
Some people hate you for that. Some people hate you for that, but other people love you for that. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to having a Scorpio and a Libra placement together, like Doja, is it gives you balance, but it also gives you obsession at the same time. So what does that create? That creates an equal obsession on both sides. That's what it does, is it creates a fucking frenzy on each side of the spectrum. When you're looking at the air quality, the detached, but still beautiful and light and free, you know, energy of Libra, or you could go into a deep and rich and obsessive and intense energy like Scorpio.
Especially with her being in Venus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Meaning that you can love both of these polarities extremely, but then also love them so much to give them balance. And I think that's the reason why Libra Scorpio placements excel in so many different areas, because you're gonna reach people, because people crave intimacy.
Yeah.
We're in a world where shit is dry and electronic and fake as shit. Okay, so if you're a Scorpio, when people realize that your energy is locked away for the people, only the people who deserve you, and it's something that you have to work for, it's beautiful. It's almost like a romantic novel. We're like, what? Like, I can't just see you naked. I can't just get your shit and run away. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking beautiful. So, like, for her to be set up that way, I can kind of understand why she was probably going through a whole lot of shit right now with Mars just coming out of a retrograde Gemini.
All right.
That probably did a fuck ton for her.
Yeah.
What else was going on? Did she have any Mars transit?
She has a Mars trine Mercury right now.
Ooh. When was the last time she released something? I'm so out of touch with the fucking world.
It's been a minute.
She might release something soon then.
Let's look at my phone real quick. Song from that Elvis movie.
Vegas, Las Vegas?
Yes, I think that was the last one.
Oh no, it's not Las Vegas. It's just Vegas, I think. She's got Big Mama Thornton in the background. Yeah.
That was 7 months ago.
Okay. I can fuck with that. Damn, she gonna make me pay for her shit because I'm gonna know.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I can chop all that other shit out.
Right. I feel that. So focus. What do we need to go to now?
We are on Mars trine Mercury for Doja.
Okay. Mars trine Mercury. That's great. That's actually just kind of like somebody lighting a warm fire under your ass. You know what I mean? It's not, anything too stupid, nothing too aggressive to where you feel bad about it or you feel like you're being pressured, but you just have this unseen fire in your belly and you're ready to talk about those things that you had on your mind. You know what I mean? Like, let's make some moves. Let's talk about the things that fucked us up in the past. Let's correct those mistakes and make some fucking moves. Let's get a plan together.
Thanks.
Now's a good time to make a business plan. Now's a good time to, I don't know, plan that business venture, plan that motherfucking road trip, that business trip, that family trip. It's all about communication and you utilizing the prominent energy in the air right now because it's the transiting Mars. So that means that it's just giving you that little push in the direction mentally that you need in order to make those things happen.
And her Mercury is in her 12th.
Oh my God, this is for a person. Oh my God, okay. Which is good though. It's good though because I'm not wrong and I still agree with everything I said. So like, yeah, no. So that if that's something that she's going through right now, then we might see something from her in a couple of months. Maybe not even months, maybe a couple of weeks.
Because you know her sun and her North Node is there too, in the 12th.
Natally or right now?
No, natally.
Her sun, whoa, say that again?
Her sun and her North Node is also there with her Mercury in the 12th.
She is going through a spiritual awakening right now.
Which
makes sense. It makes plenty of fucking sense as to why she's like
all over the place.
On her, you know how J. Cole looks like a fucking scraggly bum right before he releases some good shit? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the energy she's in right now. Because when you have, first of all, her sun North Node and her motherfucking, what'd you say?
Mercury, her Chiron is there too, and her Saturn.
Like, all of that is a lot, okay, to be happening below the horizon right there in your subconscious. You know what I mean? Like,
she's trying to gain balance because it's her house cusp is Libra.
Oh, there's hope. There is hope. There is hope. Okay. There's hope. That's beautiful.
That's some dope shit.
I love that. I love it when there is a good potential energy there. So basically, I feel like when it comes down to her right now in those current transits, I feel like things could go one of both ways. And I know we're talking about Doja Cat, but I don't know her. I've never shaken her hand.
Facts.
I've never spoken to her, so I can't speak from I just talked to her yesterday. I don't know where her mental state is right now, you know? She went Britney Spears on us a couple of months ago, so I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
I told you I've been reading my 12th house book, getting my 12th house knowledge up. And
that's where you at. Talk to me, baby.
Me personally, I know the shit she's going through right now. And it is deeper than the motherfucker. That's why the fuck she trying to recharge. Because when you have shit in the 12th house, so much shit in the 12th house, you can't be out there in the world like that. You can't, because you're going to get drained. And people not going to understand her. They already didn't understand her when she first came out. But because she was embodying who she really was and her talent and her gifts and whatever the case may be, people attracted to her. People attract to 12th house people because they're sensitive, because they can show their gifts or whatever. But from her standpoint right now, when you're saying she's going through a spiritual awakening, she reevaluating a lot of motherfucking shit. So this might be different that she about to drop some shit that's way different. You feel what I'm saying? Because maybe she wasn't fully herself, you know, evolved into the person that she was people think she is or whatnot. Because
she definitely isn't. 100%.
Yeah, of course. Because you know, you always with the entertainment industry, you got people pulling strings. Hey, you need to do this.
And her next year is gonna be stupid. Like, crazy. The next 2 years for her is gonna be not, and no one will probably see it. That's the crazy part. But like internally, it's probably gonna be some shit.
Her son, right there in that 12, ain't nobody gonna see her core. She not gonna let nobody see it no way. Because you know, she's not as comfortable at this time. Because maybe what it is that she's just not comfortable with her management team or the way her career is going, or she just feels like everything is fake. I think I seen her say something like that on live not too long ago. And she had the bald head or whatever, but she was sitting in a recording studio though. So she probably was making some shit. You feel me? From getting down into her deeper pits of her gifts or whatever, talents and shit. So I feel like it's gonna be something different. I don't feel like it's gonna be the regular Doja that we used to. Because I feel like maybe somebody was kind of, I don't want to say, well, yeah, kind of in control of whatever the fuck she was doing in a sense.
So when it comes down to this energy and being in the spotlight, you can relate to this because you're in the spotlight and you have hella 12th house placement. One of my former best friends, lots of 12th house placements. I'm aware of what this energy is like, right? The artists that I feel like are the most loved and the most like, oh my God, like billions and billions of people are like in awe with you. Everybody loves Snoop Dogg. Everybody loves Michael Jackson.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody loves Whitney Houston. Everybody, there's these certain characters that like reach this outlandish amount of people just loving them, right? When it comes down to the 12th house, if you have a fixed house, like, or a cardinal house in your 12th house, like you have more of a reaction to the world because your mind doesn't operate in the same way as everyone else.
Right.
And like 12th house represents Pisces. Pisces is watery and dreamy.
Neptune energy.
Neptunian. You know what I mean? That it's the rose colored glasses. That's what we always
yeah,
hear.
that's what my book said.
It's the dreamy. And the reason why they say that is because as I smoke weed and drink this alcohol, it's 12th house represents the fluidity between spirituality and intoxication,
right,
and dream world, and all the things that can't be explained. When you finally get the 11th house is Aquarius, and it's all, you know, social justice and making, you know, peace with your community and blah blah blah. You know, it's all the physical things that you can still see that build this greater thing. But when you get to Pisces, you're in water again, which is no longer logic. It is now the bullshit of the deep dark sea, basically, right? So having your dry placements, the ones that are supposed to be shook off and sprung out and with their feathers out in this wet ass house, it's like it creates an environment for only the strong to survive. I'm not gonna lie to you. So once you get to this place where you're 30, you're between 27 and 45, right? Anywhere between this, because this beautiful effect can happen anywhere between there. When you have heavy 12th house placements and you have situations like that, that's when you start to see if you're strong enough to do what you're called to do.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, 12th house, that's what the meaning of this self-undoing is, just not personally. You also have to walk out into the world as well, because you can't be ducked off all your life. You have to do something for the world. Yeah, you gotta go to the store. There's
always going to be some kind of other influence. It's never going to just be you or
just you're just sitting there. Right. I mean, you can be on social media and all that, but that shit is not going to fucking matter. Sometimes you have to get out there in the world and experience shit. And the thing with a 12th house person is a lot of us are sensitive as fuck. We soak up everybody's energy. Like that's why I've been tired as hell.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, I mean, from, you know, diving deeper into it, I understand myself a lot better when it comes to that 12th house energy. And also from speaking from, you know, Doja Cat, I feel like since she's going through this spiritual awakening, she is realizing that the industry isn't all what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah.
You feel me? Which I feel like the rose-colored glasses coming off.
Right. I feel like she felt that before, but I definitely feel like it's more of something you can't ignore anymore. It's not a thing you can put off with all that Libra energy.
Because she's seen the red flags.
Right.
She's seen the bitches.
She knew, but I just kind of feel like it was more of
I'm living my dream.
Right. Like, because that Scorpio energy in her is still that Venus and Scorpio. You know who else has a Venus and Scorpio?
Who that?
Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, fuck. I like him though. I like him.
I love him. He's one of my favorite people. And it's only because I love food so much.
Yes. He's so passionate about it.
And the way I feel, because also I work at a restaurant. So the way he says the things that I wish I could say at a restaurant.
Right.
You know what I mean? Without y'all spitting in my food. You know? So like dead ass, like I love him for the passion and the dedication and the obsession that I know he has about a certain thing. If you give Gordon Ramsay a recipe he can't cook, do you know he would go home and probably OD on trying to make it right? It would not be something he could forget or you just overlook, like, oh well, you know what I mean? Like,
that's gonna stick with his ass.
Learn how to make that shit. So basically, what, like, I don't know, like, the energy that I feel like that she possesses, I think she's gonna come back with a thriving heart, like diligence and vengeance. Like, I think she's gonna be crazy when she does come back. But I feel like right now she's in the middle of this deep, dark, kind of sad little transition that she's got to work through by herself, because the Scorpio person is, she's not gonna allow you inside, which is beautiful for her.
As she shouldn't, though. That's
the thing. That's something that I feel like I want the audience to know. So let's describe that. So we're dealing with someone who is heavily wow. I'm faded. Heavily influenced by Venus, Libra, and Mars / Pluto, Scorpio, right?
Right.
So because you're heavily presented by all of these different planets, what's her rising in?
Her rising is Libra.
Again, Venus. So 2 Venus and her moon is a Scorpio?
No, her moon is Virgo. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Her moon is Virgo.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's cool. Which is scary. Okay, so all right. So right now, the reason why right now I feel like, because right now Venus is in Aquarius.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like she's probably and then the motherfucking sun is in Capricorn right now. So she probably not having the best few days right now. You know what I mean?
Going through it.
The reason why I'm saying that, I know I'm really vain. My clubhouse is in Leo. I'm realizing that even though I don't have any Leo placements, Leo is still there in my chart.
Period. All signs in your shit. Believe it.
Oh my God.
And that's why we want to stress to y'all, like, you can't just pinpoint, oh, well, I'm a Scorpio and I'm always going to be a Scorpio. Bitch, you got other placements too.
Yeah.
You got the whole zodiac in your shit.
You may always be a Scorpio with a motherfucking goddamn Libra moon. Which changes shit.
And do.
Changes shit.
And fucking do.
Bro.
All right, so back to Doja Cat and all this damn Venus in her motherfucking chart. Okay,
so not just Venus, but higher octave Venus.
Right.
When I say higher octave, I mean evolved. More evolved, because you can be unevolved in both sides. So never play with me. You know what I mean? But I mean a more evolved energy than, the original, right? So Taurus comes first in the zodiac, just like Aries comes first in the zodiac, right?
Right.
To be clear, the next sign that represents Mars is Scorpio, right? So when you think about Aries and you think about a Scorpio, what do you think about? You think about like outraged, angry, loud person, and then you think about a more secluded, dark, sexy motherfucker, right? That's what you think about when you think about the stereotypes and the tropes of an Aries and a Scorpio, right? Well, Aries is going to be represented by the raw, natural state of Mars. Right. And then Scorpio is going to be represented by the more intense, deep, strong. And because when I think of Scorpio, I think of willpower.
Right.
I think of a bitch that'll wait in a closet for your ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I think. I think of a motherfucker who will wait in your bushes. You know what I mean? Waiting on you to come home. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think of with a Scorpio. So it's just harnessing it's the same energy, but harnessing it with discipline is what I think about when I think about a higher octave of a planet, right? So when I think about Taurus and Libra from the same planet, Venus. Venus is love and beauty and music and feeling and affection and money and right? Like all the things that we all just like lose it for, the things that we're working so hard for is the planet Venus, right?
Right.
So when it comes down to Taurus is more of a, oh, this is pretty, I want it. This is glittery, I want it. It's mine. Right. I like how it smells. I need it. It's more of a physical, like I need to touch it, have it, own it, taste it, squeeze it. You know, like it's a physical manifestation and feeling that you have, right? Mm-hmm. With Libra, it's all those things, but it's more of a euphoric. Just enough of this. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Like everything is. If we have just a little bit of this, then we can have a little bit of that, and I can do a little bit of this. Like it's never having to make a decision. It's being able to enjoy absolutely every single piece of it, which is why Libras get to live this beautiful, very light life, but is also why they have haters. Because
right.
Because like, who the fuck, you're not making a decision. You're getting the straddle the fence and fuck you, because the rest of us do not have that affinity with aligning on both sides. You know what I mean? With a Libra, they are going for whoever was right in whatever deemed situation. Regardless of your past or regardless of whatever you've been through, they're going off of this situation and what's fair and just and balanced for this moment. You know, a lot of people are unable to do that. If you are a robber and you robbed my friend and you robbed my cousin and you robbed my mom and I catch you in my house and I wasn't home, I think you're robbing me. Right? Like it's simple. It's very, very simple logic. When it comes down to having that much Libra in your chart, your mind will allow, well, maybe. Your friend let him in your house and left him there. And he just like, the reason why the justice system is bullshit is because of Libras. No.
I'm fucking done.
I'm sorry. That's there for comical relief. No.
Nah, y'all really rule the justice system off, but for real.
No, the justice system is fucked, but it's not your fault. It's not, that's what I'm saying.
Not all y'all.
Correct. But no, where the fuck is my lighter? Like, bro, I'm gonna cry. But no, to get to the point is that basically by her possessing all of these Libran qualities, what is the sun, rising Mercury, North Node, and her Chiron. So she's hurt by all of these things too. So she's consistently, but this is the kicker. This is the kicker right here, is she's got all this Libra in her chart, which is balanced and the desire for keeping things straight, right? Mm-hmm. But then she's got all this Scorpio, which makes her an obsessive kind of manic freak, right?
Right.
But then also you've got your Chiron in this 12th house where a lot of these planets are dominant, right? So your Chiron is subconsciously, where you can't see it, eating you alive.
And you don't even damn know it.
And you don't even fucking know.
And this is all the time.
Oh my God.
Not just during transits.
Not even that though. This is the thing. This is the reason why I was like, what the fuck? Okay, she has all this Scorpio, which is about what? Death and rebirth. And her Chiron is where? In her 12th house, where her sun and her, what is this? Rising Mercury. And Mercury, right? So all of these things.
North Node too.
If she is continuously working on herself and if she continuously keeps on this path where I feel like she's on, because she's not a weak bitch. She's not the average weak bitch in the industry that just kind of like lets it go and just ends up lost, and then we all forget about it. Right. Like we all know who Doja Cat is. If she shows up on a red carpet, we're still gonna respect her. You know, she went full Britney Spears, and we are still gonna respect her if she hits the red carpet. Period. Okay. So that energy is still there, but what it is that she's dying right now. She's in the middle of a death.
That's why I say when she submerged from this dark time, she's gonna be a problem. First off, not no bad
for anyone
way.
That's not real.
Yes.
For anyone that's not real, yes, she will be a problem. 100%.
Period. I'm just ready to see what's gonna happen.
I feel like what's the most shocking about looking at her shit is like the Mars and the Jupiter, because whenever you see that you have because like you said, her
both of them Sag, right? Mars and okay, yeah.
Her Mars and her Jupiter are both in Sagittarius. So like for her to already be a Libra sun, and her Mercury is there, and her North Node is there, and her biggest wound that will never heal, Chiron, is there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means that her everyday existence, who she is and how she sees herself, is completely unseen.
Which is crazy.
On most days, her ego is completely overlooked. You know? Her passions are going based off whatever she's obsessed with at the time. Oh God.
Period.
With that Venus being where it is, and that Mars and that Jupiter being where it is, her Venus makes her obsess on things that could become some complete bullshit. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. She might obsess. This is the same bitch who had the I'm a cow shit going for a second. Like,
nah, this the bitch that she had some influence though, because this the bitch that brought my Mexican pizzas back.
No, 100%. I'm not denying.
Swear to God. Nah, but I know you're not denying it. I'm just saying she that bitch. Even if they don't see.
No, for sure. But what I'm saying is exactly that. She's that bitch with these weird ass things that she chooses to do. Because again, I'm a cow.
Though. She just felt like she was a cow, nigga.
I'm a cow though.
You felt like she was a cow.
But no, that's the thing though. How many other people have went on the internet and said some dumb shit and nobody noticed it?
They just ain't got that influence.
How many weird Android flip phone videos are there on the internet that didn't make it? You know what I mean? Like, that's but funny. For whatever reason, we can't get enough of Doja Cat. Why?
Oh, I just thought about it. Her Venus is in her first house.
Like whose?
Oh, like me. I'm like, who, bitch?
Good.
Like who?
People love you because your heart is right there where everyone can see it.
That's crazy.
It's honest, it's authentic, it's real, it's raw, and people love it. We like reality TV shows here in 2023 because why? Because you get to see the favorite people that you've never had access to acting on their natural instincts, and you are able to see them do the things you always wanted to see them do.
Mm.
I would pay money to watch Rihanna on a regular basis with her.
I swear to God.
I just want to see like, what's going on, what's happening, and it's because we're nosy and we all want to know, and we see. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel like when it comes down to having a Venus placement or a placement in Venus that's very prominent in your chart,
right,
is to have a lot of admirers. It really is. It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful to have a lot of people want to know you just based off them seeing you for one time, because that's what that is. Those are angular houses. 1st, 4th, 7th, 10th.
Right.
Those are the houses that people are like, whoa.
And that's that foundation too for your awareness.
Exactly. So I just kind of feel like whenever it comes down to Doja, because I'm trying to stay focused so hard. Oh my God.
We focus. Hell, they want to hear shit like this.
You're right. I think
and it's our shit. The fuck. You fuck. You like it. If you don't, you don't. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna like this split on that note. But like, I feel like when it comes down to no, really, where the fuck is my lighter?
You still looking for that damn lighter?
No, I had a lighter and it
You didn't drop it?
Here we go. Here we
Okay.
go. I did. I dropped it like a few minutes ago and forgot it. But no, when it comes down to her having all of this Libra in her chart, right? Which is always no matter what placement it is. If your sun is in Libra, then your ego is seeking balance. If your moon is in Libra, then your inner subconscious is seeking balance. If it's your Mercury, your mental state, your mind, the way you think, your communication is always seeking balance. If it's your your motherfucker, your Venus. Sorry. If it's your Venus, in where? What are we talking about?
What, the first house? Or what you, her Venus is in Scorpio. That what you talking about?
No, hold on.
Damn, she's gonna strike a thought. As she likes the blunts. Yeah, I'm editing this part out.
I don't even care. Like, it's totally fine. You can leave it in.
I'm trying to figure out what you trying to think of. Oh, no, the Venus, all this Libra, all the Libra.
All the Libra she's got
seeking balance in everything. If you have Libra or whatever.
But I don't know if I was saying placements or houses. That's what fucked me up.
I think you were saying placements. Because we weren't talking. We was talking about houses, but
so Venus then. Okay. Yeah. So if you got your but I don't remember if I was talking about Libra or motherfucking Scorpio.
Libra. You was talking about Libra.
I was talking about Libra?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you've got Libra in your motherfucking 4th house, then you're seeking balance in your home life. If you got it in your 5th house, then you're seeking it in your creative casual sex and in your random relationships, your fun. Right. The things that are creative and your children even, you know what I mean? The things that are sporadic, out of your control, and all like art and like right brain shit, you know what I mean? Like that other shit you can't explain type shit, you know what I mean? If it's in your 6th house, then you are all about routine. And you know what I mean? Like your love. What?
I got a Libra 6th house.
Your Libra's in your 6th house?
Not yep. House goes, yep. Right on my 6th house. With all that damn Scorpio in it. My Jupiter, my North Node. Huh?
I think you need routine more than I do.
Of course.
But we need to write that shit down and put a pin on it, or I'll never get to the rest of this shit.
Okay, go ahead.
7th house. If your Venus is there, then obviously your love is in communication with the close loved ones in your life and building relationships, and because that's at home there. Libra is at home in the 7th house. That's we just want to love you and have dinner parties and you know what I mean? Like that's all that's about, you know? And then if your Venus is in the 8th house, we'll talk about that later because that's nasty and we on YouTube. And then if we talking about the 9th house, then bitch, you need to travel. You need to get your ass out there, all right?
Do some shit.
You need to go learn another language. You need to go hit up these other foreign aspects. You need to learn that occult taboo shit that you've been, you know.
Read some books.
Right. Like get on that shit. Even though taboo is really represented by 8th house, but like no, if you got 9th house placements, that's when you research it. You know what I mean? That's when you're out here looking for that shit. You
that's
know?
That Uranus and Neptune. In my fucking 9th.
The 9th house can be so spiritually beautiful if you allow it to be. A lot of people overlook it.
Remember I was telling you, I'm transiting right now with my sun and my Pluto transiting my 9th house?
Yes.
That's crazy. With my Uranus and Neptune in it.
Natally.
Yes.
So, natally. Okay, and we gotta start differentiating that because a lot of people don't understand. They don't understand the difference between natally and then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got to get better about that. But like,
well, first off, I said transiting. So I mean, we've been talking about transit the whole time.
You're right.
Okay,
I'm lit.
You are.
I'm lit. But that's how I know this shit is in my blood because I've been able to rock with you. I've been able to rock with you through this shit, so that's how I know this shit in my blood. But anyway, moving forward. 10th house. Your 10th house is in Venus, like mine. Then your heart, amazing. You know what I mean? Like,
period.
It's all about fucking wanting to make sure that whatever you're doing, the print you leave on this world publicly is left with greatness and nothing but. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But also it depends on what sign this Venus is in. So we'll go forward with that later. But 11th house, then your social groups. If your Venus, it happens to
Libra.
fall in your
that we was talking about Libra.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're right. Because it could go both ways. If you got Venus in Libra in your 11th, it can go one way. And if you got Venus in Taurus in 11th, it can go a whole nother way. But you got to keep listening to these videos because we'll never get finished with this shit if I go into that. Venus in the 12th, you can't see that motherfucker. You don't even know what the fuck's going on. But you know that secretly you love yourself and you don't know why. What the fuck? You don't know why you love yourself so much. And you don't know why you feel like innately your subconscious is just right. And you just trust it. You know what I mean? It just is what the motherfuck it is. And you are not apologetic about it. You know?
Period. That's crazy.
Or you are, and it's detrimental to you. Because again, things can go both ways.
Yeah.
We're just blessed to be who we are and have things roll the way it went. Because it can go the other complete opposite. And the 12th house is what? You're undoing. So if it's not what you want it to be, if it's not how you think it should be, if you're not viewing it the way it is, which is beautiful, no matter what it is, you know what I mean? Then you have this innate ability to fuck yourself anally with no lube. So I want you to stop doing that. You know what I mean? Like seriously, like there's a lot of potential for greatness with having 12th house placements, but there's also room for demons
both
there for you to get lost in the sauce, for you to get lost in that Neptunian
deep illusion,
because that's what it is. You can start drawing false equations in your mind and thinking that 3 + 3 is 19 instead of 6. You know what I mean? Because it'll start sounding right to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It makes perfect sense for her to be slightly conflicted just because she has all of these placements, like her sun and her Mercury and her Chiron and her rising. All those things are in Libra. And then you have the Mars and her Jupiter in Sagittarius, which is a nice little sextile. Everything is agreeing. And you have her aging, horny Venus in Scorpio that doesn't agree with any of this shit. And it's like in the way of things. And Venus is what? Like we talked about before, Venus is the things you love. It's your music taste. It's the feelings, the senses, all those things. Music falls in that Venus category, okay? So I feel like she's about to release some really sick shit to express the dumbass shit she's been going through.
I cannot wait to hear that shit.
I'm excited because like looking at all the Libra means that she's kind of taking in a plethora of things that she's kind of just having to eat.
Yeah.
You know, Libras are like, I don't know, like just this, I don't know, because there's nothing good or bad I can say, because I have moments where I hate them. I have moments where I love them, which is that's their energy. It's balance. You know what I mean? So I get that. But it's just like when it comes down to having all of that with the tip of the iceberg being tipped just a little bit with that Scorpio Venus. Because if let's say her Venus was in Sagittarius, like her Mars and her Jupiter and her Jupiter. Let's just say she has a completely cohesive chart where everything is in either Libra or Sagittarius. And so it's either fire or air, right?
Right.
Everything could go a completely different way. Those energies would be so much easier on her back. But the reason why we're making this video is because transit blame so freaking much. She right now is dealing with some of the hardest shit she's probably dealt with in a long time. Right now, Scorpio, why do I keep saying Scorpio? Someone in the placement of Scorpio is fucking with me right now because it's the only word I can say.
I swear to God.
Whatever you are, like Scorpio over here really doing some shit with me right now. But no, Capricorn is what I meant. With the sun being in Capricorn right now, and then what is it? Venus being in Aquarius. She has like this weird cross fixation, which is it, which is what happens with a lot of people who have different signs that don't agree with each other. No, a lot of us aren't blessed enough to have a completely elementally fun chart where it's just either fire, air, or all water.
Right.
Or all this or all that. You know what I mean? We always have this one planet or one asteroid that's doing too much. You know? So whenever you get to look at her chart, it's almost like, you remember when we were talking before and I was like having chart envy when you see somebody else's chart and you're like, oh, all their shit goes together and everything is cool. Like I wish I was like them. Wrong, presto wrongo, fuck that, because her chart kind of proves that. Having all of these placements in Libra kind of fuck her when it comes down to her Venus and her Mars, which Venus is like I said, the way you love and all the beautiful shit, but the Mars being the sex and the passion and aggression and all that shit. Whenever you have a Scorpio placement interrupting fire and air, you get these messy, nasty, disgusting emotions.
Which makes sense though.
Because that's what Scorpio brings out. Scorpio doesn't bring out daisies and roses. When you think of Scorpio, you do not think of fucking butterflies, do you? Like, it's just not what you think of. It's
unless
not,
they mad at you, then it's like, what the fuck Venus, going on? And this butterflies, like, all right.
Listen. Bubble guts.
Yeah, right.
Because you're nervous. Like, having all of these Libra placements and then having her one very intimate, deep, soft placement being in Venus.
Being a Scorpio. Go ahead. Got your bite. And your thing keep freezing up too.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Stop. We'll work it out. Okay. I don't care. Yes. You have to be up all night. I'm with it.
Okay, but just like, finish off with Doja, and then we can do our closing remarks. The transit.
Okay. So, like I said, basically with her being so full of this fire and air, and then her having this one placement, which is so important. And it's so important just because if you don't appease your Venus, then things become dark and gray, and they look like everything did at the beginning of The Corpse Bride. Everything is just you know, it's not what you want. If you don't appease that, you might be having great sex, but there's gonna be this empty, bland, boring part of you that is like, I'm missing something, and I'm you know, or because Scorpio is not all about sex either, and Venus is not all about love. You know what I mean? It could be your finances too. You know, like you got all of these different. She's got all of these different quick placements that are very, not necessarily quick, but like more so like airy and not tangible. You can't put your finger on a Libra all the way.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's still air at the end of the day.
Right.
So she got all of this changeable energy in her that's willing to grow and evolve and you know, blossom in front of people. She's willing to do all these things. And then her Mars and her Jupiter, which is luck and spirituality, and then literally the way, well, excuse me, because I okay, so if by Mars and all the other planets agreeing and not the Venus, it gives you this sense of more logic than love, which can be sad. And leading up to the Saturn return, like she's about to, when her Saturn hits in a little while, she's gonna realize the thing. I hope, because like I said, you are not your birth chart. Right. And choices are completely yours. And it's 100% up to you on how you were brought up and what you are into right now. So I'm hoping that she decides what's the best for her. You know what I mean? But there's about to be a crossroads that's about to hit right now, because Saturn is going to be in Pisces for a few years, right? Yep. Like, or at least a year, right? Like, so about 3 with Saturn being, I think so. I believe so. I think it's about 3. So with it being like that for her right now, you know, Pisces and Libra don't get along. Neither do Pisces and Sagittarius, which is her Mars and her Jupiter. So Saturn is about to be a little difficult for my girl for a couple of years. Like, and I'm not saying you can't get over it. I'm not, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is not something that you can't get over, bro, because you can. Well, of course. You 100% can. It's just about to be a tougher few years than you're used to. There's going to be some tests that you're not used to receiving. Right. But there are people out there, even though I'm not 100% on my shit, there are some people out there are really out here actively doing it, just doing it. We don't see them because they not on social media because they don't have time to be. Like, facts. They out here really doing it. You know what I mean? Like or if they are on social media, we don't get to see the behind the scenes shit that's really fueling what's happening. Facts. You know what I mean? So it's just like I definitely feel like there's a beauty and a slight curse when it comes down to having placements like her, because it's a beauty because you just naturally have placements that make you more agreeable, you know, like and just easy to look at and easy to be around, you know what I mean? But then you have this slight inner hole. You know how it feels when you get drunk and you didn't eat and you wake up the next morning and your stomach is like gnawing your back, and it's just like, yeah, you're just like, oh my God, I need to eat something. It's just empty, just naked, raw feeling, right? Yeah. So that's what this not transit, that's a placement. That's literally her life. Having that Venus and Scorpio and having all these other placements not agree with it is like, you either starve your love or you starve your logic in that particular situation. Or you learn balance, but a lot of people don't know that third one is an option. So usually they either pick, right, you usually pick the one that's more dominant in your brain. And for her, it's logic, because she has all of this Libra in her chart, which is trying to balance. And she's trying to make so much sense of everything in the 12th house. That is crazy. You're trying to make sense of a lot of things. And if you're not in tune with your spiritual side or faith or anything, you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost as fuck. I think she is. I'm pretty sure she is. I think she is, though. I definitely feel like, even though Vegas, the song she made, isn't like this super deep, long singing ballad where she's like, you know. I mean, shit, it was for a movie, like, so. Right. It wasn't an album song that you can twerk to. Like, yes. But yes, I love that song. But I also feel like for her to go back and find a real clip of Big Mama Thornton to put in the beginning of that, and to, I don't know, for her to have went down, like I watched the video to that, the music video to that song, and she's in this backwoods, down southern ass church at first, you know what I mean? Like, right. She went and she really went down and she researched it. Why? Because it's something she loves, that she obsesses over, Venus in Scorpio, right? So I definitely feel like she's got this. She's got it. Bless you. Thank you. but I definitely feel like she's got something coming towards her in the next couple of years that's gonna be a lot.
Damn, again, excuse me.
Yeah. They went from her.
God damn it.
Shit. No, I don't know. Looking at Doja Cat's chart, I just feel like over the next couple of weeks, I want to keep an eye on her birth chart because things are, and things have been, if you think about it. Mars was just in retrograde in Gemini for the longest time ever, and which is opposite of her Sagittarius Mars. She just went through a lot.
It makes a lot of sense.
I really definitely feel like that. No, seriously, I definitely feel like she just went through quite a bit astrologically. So I don't know. I feel like if we were to see over the next couple of months, or maybe a year, because I feel like in a year we're gonna hear, probably not even a year, because Mars is direct now,
right?
So like it's not doing that weird shit it was doing before. So I feel like she has the opportunity right now to really release some cool shit in a couple months. So I'm expecting to hear from Doja Cat really soon, especially after we get through this dry, cold, sad Capricorn situation. I definitely feel like when we hit Aquarius, we're gonna hear some shit from Doja. I'm excited to hear about
I can see
that.
I can see that shit.
Her Mercury is there, but the thing is that her moon and her Venus, like that creates a little bit of having a moon in Virgo is very troubling to me, because your moon innately, like if we were perfect, our moon would be Cancer. You know what I mean?
Sheesh.
So
right.
You know what I mean? Having your moon in Virgo is probably not which my moon is in fucking Gemini. So I'm not talking shit. Okay? I'm not trying to talk shit in a bad way. My moon is not where it's supposed to be either. You know what I mean? My moon is some bullshit too. But I'm saying is that having your moon in such a calculated place.
Yeah.
Such a place that doesn't allow you to let it be what it is, because the moon is supposed to allow you to be vulnerable, and you're in this place that's going to over critique that vulnerable space, and it's going to or require this unrealistic area or environment in order to be vulnerable, because things go both ways. But I don't know, her moon being where it is and then her Venus being in Scorpio, with all the things happening in the current energy in the air, I can completely understand why things are not 100% right now.
Thanks.
You have a lot of people don't want to admit it, but you have moments where parts of your life every year is good. You have people, have you ever met someone who goes, every year my birthday is trash?
Me?
Every year I have a terrible birthday.
Me as fuck.
Really?
Hell yeah.
You have a bad birthday every year?
Every fucking year.
What? Oh my God. Hold up, wait. Let me think about your houses. What's your fourth house?
My Chiron.
Oh.
Right.
We'll talk about this later off camera.
My motherfucking Chiron.